Hello everybody and welcome back to another game that we're going to cast here. This one is going to be a little bit on the crazy side as it's going to be a land nomad start, a game that I played in as well here. And I really enjoy land nomad. I think it's a great map. But we'll go ahead and introduce the players here in a minute after we see starting TC positions. Right now we've got just, land nomad start. Just a bunch of villagers walking around, deciding where to start their stuff. Juicy 45 is one of the first to drop a town center, and then we have a weasel here in orange as well, dropping a town center. Liquidator in the yellow, dropping his town center here. And we have purple Hitch CMJ dropping their town center on this side of the map. Over here in the gray we have Yankee Boy with the Teutons. And well, Cyan's kind of got a villager over here, but over here we have Cooley in the Cumans, and in the green we have Ginsbraids as the Koreans in green. So Cyan just needs to drop his TC, and then we have starting positions for everyone. And it looks like it's going to be over here in the corner. Right here, it looks like. Yep. Alright, all TCs are down to start. It's going to be interesting, players signaling where they are. Villagers just passing here. Town center for Weasel is going to be up here very soon. Juicy's 45's TC is the first one up. I am playing this game as the Vikings here. On my team here, Weasel is with the Mayans, Liquidator with the Huns, and Hitch is with the Berbers. The opposite side, Cooley is playing as the Cumans. Ginsbraids is playing as the Koreans. Yankee Boy is the Teutons. And Cyan over here is Kazaputs 4242s, and he's with the Indians. So it's going to be very interesting. Players in the land nomad spread out all over across the map, making it a very interesting map for sure. No starting TC locations, and you just have to boom up, going heavy on food. So you see I am already bringing in a boar over here with this Vikings on this side. Really like the Vikings on this here. Right now it looks like the Korean player is the highest on this side. Everyone just bringing in food. The teal player is the farthest behind here. Kaza is just getting his town center up, just going to be getting villagers in, so he's going to be significantly behind as Liquidator and Gingerbreads, yes, are up to 9 villagers already. It's very lovely land nomad here. You got resources everywhere, golds everywhere, relics everywhere, deer, sheep, boar, just resources spread sparsely, lots of random tree lines as well. It's a very hectic map. It turns into some really good games, and this one was definitely interesting. It was a lot of fun to play, and I hope you guys enjoy. A lot of signaling going on, players communicating amongst themselves, trying to let everyone know where everyone is sitting. We're going to just fast forward until we get at least one player up in the feudal age, because it could take some time here. Land nomads, traditionally, any nomad start, the times are pretty late. Land nomad especially because you can't go onto food, so you're relying completely on your villager counts to bring in all of your res. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of players taking their deer, bringing in boars, milling deer early because no one's going to be pushing out too much military too early. Normally what happens here is you're going to see teams split like cyan and gray here, green and blue here as well. They have got some communication down. They know where their starting TCs are. It's a little bit worse for Weasel, Liquidator. You know, they're right in the middle. They don't know that their opponent's here, or they know, and they found out after they dropped their original town center. Players have arrived in Feudal, and then we've got Hitch all the way up here, by him lonesome in the corner, far away from everyone. Juicy's gonna be hit pretty hard on this side here with the Teutons and the Indians both on this side. As you can see, a lot of walls coming up here. Teuton player really heavy on stone to start. A very interesting start indeed. Right now, Liquidator is by far in ahead with villager counts with 29, closest being a Yankee Boy at 27, but it's pretty close overall. Coley over here has fallen a bit behind, had some idle TC time. You can tell he's going heavy into farming, which is not really what you want to do at this point, but Cumin's double TC boom. It's not going to hurt him too badly since he'll have multiple production going on. We do have Gingerbread with some military units out already. He has at least 3 military units on the board. Not sure what he has. I'm guessing it's just some militia at this point. But oh, he actually has got scouts out over here. So Weasel already feeling the pressure here as he is getting hit with some early scouts. Lost one villager. Just gonna try to stay close to his town center. The nice thing about that is he's got a great TC spot next to a wood line and some gold barracks, and we already have double archery range here. Myself, I do pull ahead with the villager lead here, just constantly keeping the TC rolling. The Viking eco, quite helpful at this point. You cannot complain about that at all. We've got the scouts coming in on Weasel here again, but they won't even get a single villager kill. And we do have Yankee Boy on his way to Castle Age already. He's stonewalling up his base. He was on stone very early. A lot of walls, a lot of house walls coming up, trying to protect your own base. Very good as well. So, it's going to be interesting for you guys to see this one. What's going to happen here is you're going to see a lot of pressure on the civs next to each other. So Liquidator and Weasel are going to have to put up with Cooley and Ginsbrays here. And then Juicy is going to be really much holding on alone for the most part. Most likely against Yankee and Kaza. And then Hitch with the Berbers. He's got an excellent position on the map. He's in the corner. He's got plenty of res. He's going to be booming like a madman, and he's going to have to try to come in and help Juicy out, or they leave Juicy to die, and Liquidator and Weasel have to try to fight in the corner here. I don't like the corner start over here for these two. They are next to each other, but they are also kind of blocked in here. They don't have a whole lot of options for themselves, but it should do for the early game. But then they're going to have to spread that eco. Walls, 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 walls. These two aren't messing around. Stone walls, houses, very safe here. We have a few players in Castle Age now, a few players already on their way up. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with villager counts here, as we're going to see who's going to boom and who's going for military. Weasel has invested very heavily into military with 6 units already, mostly to defend himself, and Juicy has also started to invest in some archer units himself. Eco is looking very clean for everyone right now. Weasel was the only one to really lose any villagers. He did lose a few there to the rush from green. He's still making scouts, even though he is in Castle Age. ship, and here comes a knight. He had already made that scout. Nonetheless, pretty much everyone's in castle. If not, they're on their way to castle. Hitch is the last, will be the last player in Castle Age, but he went 33 villager up, so he'll have quite the boom up on this. Weasel is in the feudal age still, actually, and he has invested heavily into this military, and this army is just going to be in trouble over here with +1 already in, and oh no, he's just walking past this. Yeah, he's not even going to kill a single knight here. He might take out the scout, but he's just going to try to run back to his other archer army here. That one is not going to be doing him so well there. Knights are going to get lots of value. The scout does go down, but he's not going to be able to get anyone else with this here. Trying to house wall in that villager, but that's not going to do you any good either. Weasel is getting pressured heavily now as he is taking the fight. He doesn't have much choice at this point. He's still in feudal age though, and he is just going to have a rough time dealing with Castle Age knights when you have feudal age archers. And oh boy, forward castle, the Cuman player's been on stone. Or he bought stone. Oh, looks like he was on stone here. Sent all those villagers forward. Castle drop coming down. There's no preventing this castle from coming up over here. So these two players, Cooley and Ginsbrays, are doing lots and lots of damage to Weasel here. Liquidator, he's booming. He's up here though. He is not on stone. He has no stone income, so he's not going to drop a castle to defend himself. He could also be in a lot of trouble. On this side over here though, oh, there's a forward castle. Juicy's got 4 villager forward castle. Lots of knights coming forward though. Not enough military here for this. This castle is, oh well, we're going to see the walls come up here around these stone wall even. Looks like we actually get the walls up for the time being, but those are palisade walls, and there's no military really to come from behind on this. That castle is probably getting denied here. Meanwhile on this side, knights are still in over here doing lots and lots of damage. We have Liquidators sending in some knights now to assist Weasel to help him stay alive in this one. This castle's getting up there, but I don't know if it'll actually make it all the way up. Juicy is walling off nicely with a lot of buildings here, but this palisade is going to go down. Those villagers are dead. Castle will not go up, only a few villagers there. Forward castle here from Kaza now. So right now we have one team struggling, losing lots of units here. Military units really just coming out for one side here. This is a massive farm eco here from Liquidator. He wants to get his farm count up. Over here, castle was denied. We got crossbows with 1 pike coming forward, but more crossbows came forward. That's not enough crossbows, and he has +2. So that is not going to do him a whole lot of good over here on this side. So we have a bunch of Cuman Kipchucks coming out. Weasel has made his way to Castle Age, but he's in trouble. He's compact into this little tiny area. Most of his units can be ranged by crossbows. The Night Raid comes in here for Liquidator against Giant Rays, and it does a good bit of damage. Prevents that TC from going up right now. We have 2+1 and 10+. Yeah, we got more upgrades, but here come the Kipchucks, and those knights will all go down. So that push has been neutralized. This castle is denied. A forward castle here from Kazaput. So what's going on right now, as you can see, Juicy is just going to have to try to hold here. Over here we're going to have a 2v2 going on at the current time. Lots of idols on that gold, unfortunately, but lots of knight production coming out over here as well. But 2v2, 2v1, holding. That castle's denied, actually. Military runs forward. Still not going to get that castle up, though. Even though villagers are coming forward on this side. Yeah, just delete that castle. but we do have Hitch all the way over here. Free boom, free boom, free boom. He is only 1 TC, 2 TCs, but he's getting the free boom. He's saying survive, guys, survive, and we can do something with this. Yep, here comes that castle down right here. That's in an okay position to help defend. Night raids continue on this side. Another forward castle on Weasel's base. Weasel is hurting. He's got in a really bad position. He is able to sneak through here though. Is getting a town center down over here, so he does have room to run. He will be able to survive for now. On the other side, just another defensive castle coming up on this side over here. Just kind of a standstill over here while the players are booming up, but the real action over here, knight v knight with cataphracts, apologies, kip checks behind. The production is pretty good for Cooley here. He did have that 2 TC boom going on. Night raid does come in though, is doing a good bit of damage here. He's losing some units, but all in all, not bad. Relic collected, more kip trucks are being created out of both of those castles. Oh, this hurts Weasel. If he stops, it's gonna hurt him big. Alright, Weasel did good. Quick walled in those villagers, saves them for now. Knights are coming down here to try to deal with this. Oh, but we have another forward castle over here as Catapults and Yankee Boy are just gonna come right on over here and pressure Juicy. They're not even gonna look for Hitch on the corner up there. Lots of damage is gonna be done here though. That castle takes all these military buildings out of production. It's gonna pressure the lumber. The tower here is in defense earlier in the game. Camels also coming forward from the Indian player. So camels and knights against the Viking player. A couple crossbows, just doing some exploration down here by the look of things. This is not going to be pretty. Barracks coming up behind this. Definitely going to have to switch into pikemen. Hopefully in late game. On this side, a lot of knights are up. They are in number. A lot of Kipchucks in number as well. It's going to be a rough one on over here on this side. Hitch, well, he's going Camel Archer with upgrades and Camel Rider with upgrades as Berbers. That's a really solid plan. But Juicy's quick walling his heart out right now. There's holes between all these houses though. A lot of ecos going to go down here. There's a town center down here, so he won't be completely knocked out of this game, but camels are going to do a lot of damage here. There are some crossbows, a few pikes coming out. So the camels don't hurt too bad. They're kind of being thrown away right now without their upgrades, as archers are doing tons of damage. Pikemen doing well as well. There's still a bunch of knights behind this though. Forward town center here. Heavy pressure on this side. Over here though, what are we seeing? A massive number of Kipchucks. Kipchucks everywhere. Rams coming forward as well. A forward castle right here. Oh, the knights run in. They take out a town center. Really well done by Liquidator here. He is just going to push blue. He's going to put tons of pressure. Massive migration. Villagers are just retreating to another section of the map. Over here on this side, the knights are pushed back. Pikeman numbers got up pretty decently with 4 stables. Mangonels are out. They're going to take down that tower. Oh, but we have some troops coming in from Hitch, who's been left alone to boom all by himself. See what he can do on this side. Big fight still going down over here, as there are 31 knights remaining after a bunch of fights. A bunch of things have gone down here. Villagers galore, knights galore. Weasel's in trouble on this side. Juicy's in trouble on this side. It's not looking good for that team, but we'll see how this goes. Another forward castle. This one's not quite as good. It is going to really pressure the eco here. It's going to be a nice slow push. The Camel Riders and Camel Archers come in though. They're going to go ahead and take out this Mangonel army, and they're probably going to prevent this castle from going up for now. Don't think they're going to be able to prevent it forever, though, as that works out pretty decently there. Scout in the north up there for Juicy. Nothing going on there, really. Fight is being taken here, cleaning up a lot of units. Pikemen are out. They did do a decent bit to assist there. Eco is still intact on this side. Over here, Weasel's getting rammed down as he's got to retreat more and more. Castle on this side is actually going to be really nice. It's going to deny that stone, or that gold. Weasel just hanging in there, trying to survive, trying to give his team a chance. Wasted units, wasted units, wasted units. Camel archers are doing a good job here, just a couple of them cleaning up some villagers on this end here, though. Crossbows and pikes still being created on this side. Not a whole lot of pressure coming from Yankee Boy and Caswood, as we do see the score switch finally, and we do see rams forward. We see lots of forward castles on this end. Knights took an engagement down here, took quite a few losses. Liquidator's done quite a bit of damage, but he can only do so much. On this side, Hitch is coming back in to save the day, prevent some castles from going up here. Really just trying to prevent that one from going up at all. Eco is looking pretty rough all around for the team of Liquidator, Hitch, Juicy, and Weasel. Lot less villagers for most of them. Hitch and Liquidator are really surging ahead, though, really keeping this alive for their team. Lots of camels, lots of Berber camels, lots of camel archers. It's a really good army composition over there. Pikemen coming forward for the Mayan player to try to save his castle. Weasel is doing what he can with what he's got. Bunch of villagers in there, and those spearmen are actually doing a lot of damage, a lot more than they should be, but alright, now he decides to take the fight, and he's going to clean that up. That was a really nicely done there. They were not attacking the units, but instead attacking the castle, and yep, that ram will go down. Villagers getting shot. Really well played over here. On this side, though, we're seeing a lot. Oh, here's another castle coming up. This is going to be a very painful one here. Loaded rams over here coming in for Yankee Boy. Yep, he's got him loaded up with pikemen, which is a good plan. He's been dealing with Hitch's units coming in and sniping a lot here. Liquidator just continues to flood night after night. That's all he can really do. He's not on his way up. Not gonna be for a little while. Look at all these Kipchucks. This is a massive number of Kipchucks. Knights are not gonna do a good job in this fight. Cooley is playing this well. He's just gonna be able to hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. The Knights are gonna do a lot of damage here. Plumed Archers finally coming out, but we have 50 Kipchucks. That is a lot of arrow fire. A lot of arrow fire. And at the same time over here, we've got castles going down, Trebs and pikemen coming forward. Pikemen and crossbows behind this, but it's gonna be rough on this side. Lots of Kipchuk production available, lots of castles. Liquidator's military numbers are good, but his gold is too many on this gold pile. Doesn't have a whole lot of gold control. He's flooding knights forward, but he's just losing them as they go through this massive, now 60 plus army of Kipchucks. And on this side, Rams, Trebs, and Halbs are just pushing. Juicy with his own trebuchets here. He's doing a good bit of damage to this castle. Trebs here are going to fire down on this one here. Oh, look at these Kipchucks. Oh, man. So many of them. Liquidators in trouble. Weasel is actually running in that direction. He's also run in this direction. Juicy's got idle villagers everywhere. That castle goes down. Although this castle is also going to go down here. Eco is just getting worse and worse for this side. 2 players below 63 villagers on one side. Other side, villager counts aren't very good though, as Liquidator's got 136, Hitch has 111, so that hurts a lot. Kipchucks, 60 of them. These knights are not being active. They're just going to get shot down. Gonna start to see a switch for Huns into, it's gotta be Skirmisher. But is he gonna get it up? This is gonna be a massive loss to Eco if he sees it, and he sees it. Oh, they're just going down every which direction. Massive Kipchuk army doing its job on this side, and over here, Juicy is just starting to go down, go down, go down. Pretty much dead. 63 villagers. Over here, these Kipchucks are finding kills everywhere, but we have camel archers and camels coming in, and knights from the other side, so this is actually could be a really good engagement on this side for this team. And it looks like a couple Kipchucks will fall, and he's just got to run with his Kipchuk numbers. On this side, we've got some camels over here, just doing some raiding on green, taking out a good bit of eco over here. Just really nice. Pikeman's actually coming back to address this. These units coming forward. Trebs and Halb and Pike with Teutonic Knights leading the charge against Juicy over here. Juicy was able to save all of his villagers though. Very important to have villagers. Villagers are still okay, being at 61 now. He has lost a few. There are quite a few in there as well. Gonna start to see some more units go down on this side here. But up to two-handed swordsman coming down, a castle. And here comes in Hitch with a fully upgraded army over here. And they're just going to shred. Might even save those trebuchets. Actually, he will definitely save those trebuchets. This is a massive push back on this side. It looks really good. No, I'm not going to save that trebuchet. But these trebs are all going to go down. The forward on this side is being dealt with. Two-handed swordsman out of 5, soon to be 6 barracks on this side. Kipchucks are running around Weasel's formal base here. It's going to be, it's going to be a massacre. It's gonna be a massacre. Over here, camels and camel archers are cleaning up. Yellow liquidators got some knights headed this way. Weasel's going to get completely decimated. Yep, he calls it out. Where are you guys? I am going to die to this as Eco is just getting plummeted down in villager count. Yeah, that is not pretty. Good number of two-handed swordsmen coming out here. Upgrades are still coming in for those. And we get camels and camel archers cleaning this up. Kipchucks, well, after cleaning up, tons of eco here. They're just going to go around and around, and they're just going to keep searching. Not sure they know this is down here. There's another town center here. Juicy's got a lot of production buildings here, a lot of gold here. There's town center down here. This could be ugly. Hitch is now retreating, and we have these these knights here are coming in, taking big fights. Not exactly what you want to do at this point in the game, but when you don't have much of a choice. A lot of production buildings forward here. Two-handed swordsman will do that quite nicely. Oh, and the Kipchucks. The Kipchucks have found eco. 15, 30 villagers roughly could go down here for this team's eco. Coolies, Kipchucks are just massacring everything. Oh yeah, lots of eco goes down here. Juicy's gonna lose all of this eco as well. Still missing chemistry. Potentially a few more upgrades. Padded art, or is that leather archer coming in here? But nonetheless, the Berber player has got him over here in this tight spot. Oh, he's calling for the trap. Oh, traps the Kipchucks. Oh, it's going to be a massacre. All those Kipchucks will die. Oh, what a beautiful turning point. What a beautiful trap. Military numbers are going down. There were 50 of those over here. Oh my goodness. And on this side we have Trebs We have Trebs, trebbing army down. We have two-handed swordsmen cleaning things up. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Box formation, that's always nice to see. Halberdier aren't going to fare too well, but not in that fight. There's not even attacking. Those two-handed swordsmen are not attacking at all. And here comes Hitch's army, ready to do some more damage. Over here, the halves just come in. Trebuchets, well, they're going to survive for the moment. Looks like a nice forward here from both of these players. Gonna try to fight this army here that Hitch has, but a lot of units are going down here. Halberdier's cavalry, not a good matchup right now for them. Two-handed swordsmen are finally doing some damage up here as well, as we have some cavalier coming in here for Liquidator. Good fights on this side too over here, as we've got 2v1. Weasel's holding with what he can, and Liquidator's going to have to go back over there and help out on that side. Military units still going to be doing some damage here. Trebuchets are just about dead. Halbs are still doing damage on this side. Oh, big fights all around over here. Kipchuk numbers not as high as they once were, but still in healthy number. Weasel was able to relocate over here, still able to relocate on this side. Those Kipchuks going down was a massive loss on this side. One Treb still up over here. These military units are going to do some damage. We got a big fight over here as Liquidators try to take out a town center. It's like they have numbers for sure. They're going to be able to take this fight and actually put them on the back foot again. Weasel, well, he's being pushed. He's forced to run yet again. And, yeah, this is a pretty big force that needs dealt with. Two-handed swordsmen will clean up this raid, finally. Those halberdier will not be doing anything. Two-handed swordsmen in decent number here, as it's full two-handed swordsman spam going on for the Viking player with one trebuchet behind. Paladin come in for Liquidator, but we're up to light cav for the Cumin player. Do we have trade established up here yet? No trade carts yet. Massive walls up here. Ping on this side, not sure what that one was about. Alright, so what are we going to see happen here? We have no military really coming forward over here for Cataputs. He's got some heavy camel riders, not even Imperial camel yet, and then just halves on this side. Well, that's not going to do a whole lot of damage against a ton of two-handed swordsmen, camel archers, and heavy camel riders as it is. Buildings are starting to go down. We actually have Hitch all the way over here, as well as Liquidator. They're going to try to clean up some army on this side as well. Champion finally in over here for Juicy, and he's just cleaning buildings right now, trying to do whatever damage he can. Camels on this side, double stone walls. You're not getting through that for a while, they say. Over here, lots of units going down. We don't have chemistry in for Jinsbraz. I can't pronounce his name, but lots of units going down here. Skirm v Skirm, more upgraded Skirm v not upgraded enough Skirm. Weasel still over here, gonna drop a castle. Now we got Hitch's army on this side with Juice and some Paladin from Liquidator over here. Just coming forward, they're cleaning up all of these military production buildings. And what do they have on this side? What's on their base? They don't have a lot of military production buildings, and actually Hitch is back here taking out lots and lots and lots of heavy camels. He is going to lose his army here, but he has been untouched this whole game. His eco is just clean. No one's there. Nothing going on. He's over here taking gold right comfortably in front of this base. Big colors of red and purple over here just pushing forward, trebbing down castles now. Where is the push from Cooley, Yankee Boy, Jinsbrine, and Kazput? It's just not there. Oh, we have it here. A lot of Kipchuk again, with a lot of Hussar coming in. A lot of Paladin over here, though, for Liquidator. Looks like it's going to be a pretty big fight. Can't lose your Kipchuk numbers again, or it will hurt for the rest of the game. We do have a push over here now coming forward. We got a ping on this side saying, hey, it's open. Military production buildings are just falling like crazy, though. Still some champions here dealing with this problem. This fight over here is pretty much non-existent right now as they're repairing this castle he needs. Treb's coming forward on this side. Over here, Green is moving forward to take some res. A fight over here, but that's not even going to be able to be taken. This is just a slow, centralized push headed towards 2 players' bases over here. Even have 1 heavy camel over there. Trying to stonewall over here. This is the big fight area right here, and it should happen anytime. We got lots of elite skirms and paladin over here as a Treb is trebbing down this castle. Paladin and skirmishers just going to try to protect this one, I'm sure. The Hussar come in, but they're not going to do too well now. They're alone. Need to get those Cav and Kipchuks in position before you take that fight, but the Paladin are just going to chew up all of these numbers. The Kipchuks aren't going to be able to take a good engagement now, as the skirmishers will be able to push towards them. The Paladin, it's just Kipchuks now. Kipchuk numbers are being reduced ever so slightly, but the castles start going down is the concern when you're making Kipchuks. Let's see what's going on in the south here. No push. Except for here, Green is pushing through Weasel's economy, his main economy over here again. Champions are being sent in this direction now, as we still have a bunch of champions, and we have Hitch's main army over here. We have another army for Hitch on this side, still taking this gold over here comfortably. Kipchuks just fell back. Castle is pretty much fully repaired again. So that castle is not going down just yet. Weasel is evacuating, mass evacuation. He's pinging, he needs help, Oh no. But, is it too late on this side? Town center going down. We have pretty much all the camel production that can be made coming from Kazaput here. He's been under very little pressure. Hasn't been able to boom back here, though. We have champions still doing damage. Treb's behind, but Hitch's army is taking care of the job over here. Big fight. Kipchuks come in from behind on this side. Skirmishers are there, though. Treb's will go down, but these Kipchuks are getting harder and harder to replace. And this castle stands yet again. Green on this side, still doing his push, still taking out all of Weasel's eco. Weasel has been unfortunately in trouble for a large portion of this game, but he's holding, he's doing his part, he's being annoying, he's held this army up. A few champions come in here, gonna do, well, they're gonna do pretty well against this. Yeah, they're starting to attack now, but took out decent amount of units over here. Look at this red flood with purple over here. This is gonna be hard. This army is retreating, but retreating to what? Retreating to into another army? So right now we've got green pushing, blue running in with Hussar. Gonna try to separate this army up, repairing this castle yet again. He is trying to save his castles, no questions asked. But it's going to be too much over here. Look at this, is a lot of champions with Trebs behind, with a lot of camels, a lot of camel archers. These town centers are melting. This is, oh, and they even was proud enough to signal that retreat. So right now we got some paladin dealing with this army with some champions over here. Kipchuk numbers not in great shape. Paladin finally came in for the Teuton player here. So we're just kind of waiting to see what Cooley can do. He has done quite a bit of damage with his raids. Over here, you know, this is going to be a pretty decent engagement over here. Lots of halbs, skirms, and cavalry are going down 2 Viking champions. You do get the +4 over there. These guys are just cleaning up these 2 players over here who are basically dead. Yankee Boy is down to 8 population villagers. We still have this push going on over here. Champions are not going to be enough to take it out, but they do take out quite a bit there. Kipchucks, well, they're only good for so long whenever you're getting this kind of fight. Skirmishers, Paladin against Berber Camel Archers, Heavy Camel Riders. It's just not exactly the ideal fight for them. They're getting hit. Lots of numbers going down. Units are getting more and more difficult to replace as well as the cost goes up. It looks like Hitch, yep, he's just leaving. He says clean it up. Keep taking out those buildings. Over here, Scorpions come in. Just regular Scorpions. They're going to do a decent amount of damage, but not enough here, as a lot of them will go down to just Champions coming in. The push over here is doing pretty good, though. We do have some Arbalests out for Weasel over here, still doing his part. But on this side, purple spread throughout. On this side, massive army coming. 56 units plus whatever's over there already. Champions still coming forward, still taking out a lot of things over here. They're villagers, they're all trapped over here in this corner. Still just buildings falling over here, nothing coming from Cyan or from Yankee Boy, as they are essentially dead now. And here comes this massive army of heavy camels, skirmishers, Berber camel archers, and skirmishers. Yeah. 2v4 now. It's essentially a 2v4 now. Need some siege weapons to come here. That is going to be a massacre of villagers there for Cooley. These Kipchucks and Hussars really stand no chance. There are a ton of Berber camel archers on this side. Look at the res count for Hitch. 48 camel archers, 40 heavy camels. Paladins also coming in with skirms on this side. And he's just going to run in. He says, well, why fight your units when I can just kill your eco? And kill the eco he will. It will take some time here. It will not be the prettiest of KDs there, but Cav are coming in on this side, but there are champions coming back to help defend this. Castle is still there. Eco is going to get cleaned up a little bit over there, but they're not going to be able to do enough damage on that side. Town center, a bunch of villagers already go down here. We still have fights going on here, yep, and Teal finally resigns. He's pretty much cleaned up completely as it is. Cannot do much. Did escape up here, but not going to be able to get back into the game. These champions and Trebs just wiping out everything over here. Down here we do have, some units going and coming, but not doing anything. Still, Hitch's army, as he spreads them out, is just going to destroy this eco here. He's already, they basically run through all of Blue's eco. They still have a bunch of castles up, but without eco behind it, this is pretty much the end. His eco is not looking good. Yeah, his eco is at the max right now. These units are all that he has left. Treb coming forward. Treb, well, that Treb's probably going to survive with all these skirmishers here, although it may not. Migration from all these military units on this side coming forward. And yep, eco dying everywhere. Berbers, free boom the whole game. I don't think he was under any pressure whatsoever. I mean, skirmishers and a Treb dealing with this castle over here. Last of the armies on this side here. A siege tower! Yankee Boy resigns and Cooley resigns too. That was a mess. That was crazy. Weasel, wait to survive and fight back. It was impressive over there. Liquidator did tons of damage. He really did a lot early to help Weasel, and he did a lot to hurt some eco. He was in bases, killing eco. On this side, Juicy fell apart, being 2v1, but he ended up coming back with a lot of champions. The camels, the Berber player left from Hitch here. Excellent. It was what won him the game. They was able to carry with all of those units in the right places at the right times. Not that Liquidator, Juicy, and Weasel as a team did not perform badly. On the opposite side, Jinsbray's Cooley did a great job. Those Kipchuk numbers were insane. They did a lot. A lot came down to this trap that happened over here. That killed 50 Kipchuks for Cooley. That was a big swing. It's hard to deal with. Kazput and Yankee Boy, they don't have much of a base left anymore, but they were doing really good. They had military buildings all across the center here. They did tons and tons of damage early, but they didn't have the ecos behind it to back it up. When they started to get eco numbers, Hitch and Liquidator both ran in and did tons and tons of damage. It was impressive. Way to stay alive over here. Juicy, Weasel just hold and do what they could. I mean, what a game. You gotta love the madness here. I mean, it was impressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I also hope you guys like the overlay that we're using now. It's very different compared to the one we were using. I like it a lot better personally. If you guys want to see more games, or you have a game that you want to see cast, please send it to me on the Discord, and follow, like, and subscribe the video to keep getting more content, guys. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you guys later.